right, action time.
All right, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Guys, we've been working so hard that we've been forgetting to film.
Bad job.
Yeah. So we started to film me measuring for this guy.
You had a great joke.
I had a good joke. We'll put that in here just for comedic relief. But it is done now, and I didn't film me cutting it.
What is done?
This containment pan. Yeah, the car's not done, but the containment pan is.
Looks really nice, Don.
So really going for safety on this deal. So we got our nice little containment pan there. It's got some Zeus's down low, and it goes bloop, falls right on the bottom.
Cool.
So we've been working on a bunch of smaller jobs, so stuff like that, and then I ended up turning these wastegate dumps into some spaceships. Look at them things. Look like a rocket ship. I'm thinking of like the Toy Story little truck.
Yeah, that's always what I try to say.
Since we saw you guys last, I think charge pipes were tacked together last time, right? So those are all finished welded now. We've got our blow-off valves installed. They're little itty bitty baby blow-off valves. And then I think that's good up front. The next thing that I'm getting, I guess we did start the downpipes. These are actually going to end up getting chopped right here, and then there will be an actual bullhorn that comes out of them. But I'm waiting on material for that, and I got to do wastegate dumps. So another thing that I'm getting ready to work on is we're going to put a burn down tank back here, being a methanol car. Trying to figure out how I want to go about that. We got this battery tray back here. So I'm debating on if I want to cut that out or cut the center of it out and build my burn down tank to kind of sit inside of that tray, or if I want to just scrap it and start fresh, because the battery's going up on the passenger floor. So we're just getting ready. Got her sketched up. There's my two pieces. We always do our burn down tanks, out of two separate pieces, so they kind of hug each other like that. So I'll start measuring for this guy after I decide what I want to do with this tray here, and we'll take it over to the plasma table and put all of our numbers in and get it all cut out and start breaking.
All right, guys, Todd's done with his burn down tank. Jaybird has been stuck on an industrial project for the last couple of months. That's why you really haven't seen him. So now he's back. And you're probably happy to be off that, right?
Yeah.
So now he's got it mounted in the car. He's drilling some holes there.
A little ATF.
Aluminum sucks to drill.
Oh, this is terrible. What a garbage material.
If this was a brand new car, we would have had those holes. They would have already been cut in the tank on the plasma table. But since we weren't entirely sure how that was going to mount, we elected to do it afterwards, which sucks. Maybe we should put some money in the budget. Yeah, we should put some money in the budget for a new bit. They probably don't want to watch you drill, Jabber. How'd you got that thing mounted back there?
So Todd had these bungs that were 1.25 inches long, and they wouldn't fit landing on the tube. Because we didn't put this car together, there was a battery tray back here. Todd cut it all out, and all I did was mark where I wanted them to sit at, so that way the tank's level, you can see the bungs are offset from each other. I just drilled them and recessed them in so they're blind bungs. And just sits down in there like that. Like it was meant for it.
Then you got to put your little choo-choo stack on there?
Yeah, but I haven't got that far yet. I want to measure out the middle of the deck lid so it comes out the middle, and then I'll blow this hole out and put the stack on it.
And you worked on the chute mount while we were gone?
Yeah. Dual chutes.
So fast, you need 2 of them.
2 of them.
All right. After you get that tank done, what's your next thing on your agenda?
I did, while you guys were gone, I did put I cut the old bearings and races off of the axle shafts, and because he went with the new big Ford brakes, and I put the new brake calipers on from Strange, and then I hung the calipers on the front and put the master cylinder and stuff back in, and I'll be plumbing it here probably this week at some point.
Brake lines.
Start putting brake lines in it.
You're the best at brake lines there ever was.
You can keep telling me that. I'm okay with that.
We'll try to document some of the brake lines. It's pretty slow and steady on that, but yeah. All right, so Jaybird's gonna finish getting that drilled, and then he'll tag. We're putting 16AN bungs on there. That's what these are here. And then he'll tag me in once he's ready, and we'll weld. I gotta weld all the tabs out on there, weld them on there, and yeah, we're moving forward.
Oh yeah. Cut some tabs for the canister mounts. Get those on.
Yep.
But we're getting there.
Yep. Motor's gone out of there. It's getting ready. As soon as we're done with all these small tasks, we're gonna get it painted, and then it has a wiring appointment next month.
14th.
Yeah. February 14th. Yeah.
Man, wait till you see this. This is Billy's 5-point harness, right? And this is their mount. I don't know who built this. I'm not slandering them, but I am. This is a freaking seatbelt tab with this Haggard bracket welded to it. This is what was going to save somebody's life. This is why we take this shit out. That's insane.
I got us some new white safety belts.
That's insane.
We might have to change the tab setup too.
Yeah, that's all right. We're here for you, Billy.
Keep you safe.
That's crazy. Brakes tomorrow.
You got everything laid out up here?
Yep. Brakes.
Yep.
This is a brake kit.
Brake line kit. We get these.
Beautiful brake kit.
Where do we get them from, Jaybird?
I don't know. I just opened the box and threw it away. I didn't.
It's from Tim McCamus.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I couldn't remember. I didn't want to say someone wrong.
You got the beauty of editing, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not that great at editing though, so. Hey, look how organized Jaybird's box is. That's why I'm not allowed to touch it.
All right, this stuff.
Can go in the trash.
We don't need those. Hey, $20 says Brian comes over here and digs it out before he leaves.
100%. 100%. All right, guys, the ultimate rear end housing giveaway is back. If you're unfamiliar with the giveaway, what you're going to get is a mild steel TSR housing of your choice. In this contest, it starts right now until March 9th. Every dollar that you spend on our website is a chance to win all this stuff. So mild steel housing of your choice. It can be a 4-link housing, which is right here, or a stock suspension or a leaf spring housing. Any of them, all good to go. Then 40 spline gun drilled Strange axles, Strange Evolution rear brakes, and then a HD Pro aluminum center section, which is not pictured here, with whatever gear you'd like to be in it. Also, our billet shock mounts, and then we have added our billet anti-roll bar kit that we did not do last year. So from now until March 9th, every dollar that you spend on the website for merchandise and apparel will be a chance to win this. And if you don't want all these rad prizes, you can choose to win $3,000. All 50 states are included in this giveaway. We will ship all this to you, or the better option, you can come spend the day with us. To see the complete rules and regulations for this giveaway, hop over to 10soldierracecars.com and we got it all lined out for you. So from now till March 9th, every dollar you spend on apparel and merchandise can get you to win this sweet prize.
See you next morning.
Jaybird, I thought you were going to be doing brake lines this morning.
Well, I got sidetracked.
What happened? We don't have any. You pulled out it. We're going backwards.
I know. So when I was Billy's new seat belts, according to the new rules, it's got to have 2 straps for the lower, for the middle crotch strap. So I had to cut out the center mount on this to put 2 mounts in it, and then I got to looking at the rest of the mounts, and I just wasn't happy with them. This was the tab that they had.
Oh yeah, move back up.
This is the tab that they had for the seat belts.
This little bitty guy.
This little bitty guy. These are our seat belt tabs that we put in a car, 1/2-inch bolt. Like,
way different.
don't put your life on this, you know? it's part of updating a car. Things that don't fit the criteria of how we think the car should be built. And so we get sidetracked doing little odds and ends stuff like this.
Every time.
Part of it. Oh, yeah. Just part of it.
I said I was gonna weld these, Todd.
Oh, Jaber told me you need me to weld them.
It's all right. You're becoming a better welder than me anyway.
Yeah.
It does look nice.
It's okay. I need some seat time with the aluminum stuff, dude. I like lay something, I'm like, I'm doing good with aluminum, and then I get on Instagram, you see all these guys, and you're like, man, I suck. You want to weld it? You want to do a little camera swap?
You weld one bung, maybe I'll weld the other one. Go ahead.
Alright, now I'm feeling nervous. Alright. Not horrible.
See it. That looks nice, Todd.
I always struggle because like you watch these like Instagram dudes like weld their aluminum and it looks like you polished it afterwards. So like I always struggle to not get the hazies on there.
That looks good.
But
Not bad.
it'll be alright.
All right.
Do a little change of hands here. Grab me the camera. You get your hood.
We always end up in these little welding competitions.
Well, friendly competition ever.
Jason's using the old tried and true foot pulse method. What you got? Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Dang.
Gotta come out of the office every once in a while.
Another thing I really need to work on is feeding with my hand like you do. Because I'll like go dab it and then I get close and end up burning my thumb. So I have to start and stop a bunch. Hand feeding makes a world of difference. What you got? I think you got me on that one.
A little mess up right there.
Yeah, I look a little cold kind of in the one area, but yeah, I think you got me on that one.
Yeah.
Pay deduct.
Huh?
Pay deduct.
My goal is to make you way better than I ever thought about being.
Yeah. No, they both look good, but yours looks better. What's this last piece that you're welding on?
So this is just a choo-choo stack. So
Oh.
this is the burnt down tank you guys seen earlier. With Todd breaking it, welding it, Jaber fitted it in the car. Now all that's done, and then I gotta weld the stack into it to let it vent. And then once that's done, the jig cut a hole in the deck lid. I think he already drilled a pilot hole in it. Palm it out for that. Little powder coat.
Nice.
Definitely not as good at aluminum as I want to be.
I mean, that looks pretty awesome.
It could be better.
It could always be better, but I mean, I think that's acceptable. That looks good.
Thanks.
Nice.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time as an industrial welder, welding stainless and steel and a lot of stuff. So
Not as much time on aluminum.
any aluminum's been here, but in a race car, I mean, you weld aluminum a fair amount, but not near, like we do.
Everything else, yeah.
So this is done. That's the vent, and then it's got the drain underneath, which is your two inlets, which is just 16 AN inlets, and then these bungs are just the mounting bungs. So.
Nice. Pretty close.
Since you're filming, I guess you want me to tell you what's going on out here?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, let me cut this really quick and I'll show you what I've been working on. We gotta show everyone
Yeah, that thing.
our straightener too, because nobody ever gets to use that thing.
You're the only one that knows how to use it.
Well, it doesn't take rocket.
You got a
So
little
this
cutter for that
is-
too, don't you?
Yeah,
It
but
just-
I don't need it to be precise right now.
Yeah.
It takes too long to cut it.
Yeah.
When our tubing comes in, we get it in a big coil like this. So to straighten it out, you can lay it out on a table and you can do your wood blocks that you draw through or whatever, what works. But This dude right here is adjustable, and you literally just roll it through it, and it spits out a straight piece of tubing. It works great. That's how we straighten all of our tubing.
We use it for fire bottle and everything. So
Fire bottle line. The thing about a fire bottle line is it's really, really soft aluminum. So you have to loosen it really good and go easy at it because you'll make the tubing square. If you tighten it up too tight, it'll literally make the round tubing square, and then it's junk. So, but I'm almost done doing from the dash back on this car, brake lines. What I do is I have this nifty little 3/16 bender. Am I too close to the camera?
no, you're good now.
Oh, okay. And then what I do is I take a scrap piece. So this one I'm going to bend to a 45-degree angle. I don't know if you can see this or not. I know it looks funny, but
Yeah, you can see it.
we're at 45. So I'll make mark the leading edge of that clamp. And this is a scrap piece. So I'm going to go to a 45-degree angle, and then if you come to this side over here,
Oh, sorry.
you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So this is the line that comes from the master cylinder. This is the line that's coming out of the rocker. I need to do a 45-degree bend to tie this line into this fitting. So if you just guess at it, your lines are not going to be parallel, or the angle's going to be off. So what I do is, because I've marked that leading edge of that die, that's where the bend starts at. And I'll bring this guy in here. I know it's going to be tough to see all this. I'll try to keep my fat hands out of the way. So this, you want this in line with this one, and this one to be in line with this one. And then what we'll do is we'll go in here and we'll mark that leading edge of that die. And that right there is where my bend needs to start, so that way I can do a 45-degree bend and land it into that fitting. This is how I lay out almost all of my bends. I have scrap pieces that have 45s, 90-degree bends, whatever the bends are that I need. I'll use the cutoff pieces to do that.
Yeah, to mock it up.
To mock it up, and that's how I figure out all of my, I tighten that with a wrench. That's how I figure out how to get all my fittings to line up and not look funny, like you have a line having a weird angle or whatever. So that's how I do that.
So you take that out, you'll bend it up, connect the fittings,
Yep.
put a little flare on it, and you got it.
Flare on it. And that side back one will be done.
Cause that's a complicated little piece of brake line.
I can't see it either, so I can't pull it out. Listen, I don't know if you know this or not, but we don't make anything easy around here, especially me. So I'll pull this guy out so it lines up the back edge of that die. And then I start them at 0. I gotta wiggle that out. So here's something else that I do. I'll pull this over here because this guy's kind of hard to hold. I need this 45-degree bend to be in line with this bend. So I'll hold it on the table and line it up. There's my bend. Fold this one out. This is my mock-up piece.
You just had that in there for reference. I got you.
This is just for, that's where that line's gonna point.
I got you, yeah.
So that's all that's for. I'm gonna have to cut some lengths off of this to be able to get it to where I can mark it for. Thank you. Let's see here. I think. Again, this cut doesn't need to be precise, so
Yeah, you're just cutting it in the ballpark, and then you'll come back and you'll cut it with the nice cutter for the final. I got you.
I'm going to show you why I do that. So
I've actually never even watched you ever make brake lines, so I'm learning here. I just know when they're done, they're really nice.
So what I've done is I just cut a little bit off so that way I can see where it's going to land on this fitting, and I need to mark it for my final cut and flare. And so I usually leave, just as a visual, I've kind of done enough of these that I know how much material to leave for the flare, and I'm actually not quite parallel, so I'm going to take a little bit more than I would normally
To get the line to sit where
to
you
get
want.
the line to drop down,
I can see.
so that way it's parallel with the other one.
Yeah.
This wood block actually has some aluminum on the back of it, and that's to keep the two lines running forward at the same parallel line, because they have to be in line with each other. Otherwise they look funny. So, all right, let's try there. Find the recipe for getting that out. We had a big fancy cutter. It was really nice. And it doesn't work anymore.
Oh, we made it dull.
No, it's not dull. It started to like deflect funny. Like
Oh.
when you would tighten it down, the roller ball would pop off the back of the tubing. So we go to the old Home Cheapo.
Oh, all the Linux stuff works pretty good,
It
man.
does, yeah. Well, we use their hole saws.
Yeah, that's all we use.
So, what's up, Tall Boot Todd?
Tall boot top.
Yeah, put your pants leg up. Let the people see. Tall Boot Todd.
It is pretty tall.
You know what started all
He walks in here in the morning with them untied. His pants are in the bottom of them. That's when I started calling him Tall Boot Todd.
What started that was one time I needed a pair of boots really bad at Red Wing, and I was going to get the 6-inch ones, and they only had the 8-inch ones in my size, and so I was like, oh, I'll just get them, it's fine. Well, now I'm so used to them that when I wear the 6-inch boots, my ankles feel naked.
Oh, all right, Todd.
So I always rock them 8 inches for maximum.
This is one of the most important things before you flare it. You have to put the fittings on it.
Every time I make brake lines, I forget every time.
Yeah, otherwise, I gotta change my dies. Otherwise, you end up cutting your flare back off,
Then your brake line's too short.
redoing it, and then your brake line's just a little bit too short. All right.
That flaring tool is so nice.
It does come in handy. It beats the heck out of the ones where you just clamp it with the wing nut and pray for the best. Because the stainless, man, it's so hard it doesn't like it. It's hard for flaring, but it's soft when you're bending it. It's funny, isn't it? Make sure I got my fittings on it and they're in the right way. Alright. Now let's see if I flubbed it. I always make them look at them and make sure I didn't crack it. That stainless, sometimes if you get too big of a flare, it'll crack them. Yeah, Alright. Moment of truth, Jason Tyrrell. Moment of truth, Jason Tyrrell.
See if it fits in there. Was that rocker one already in there?
No, this is where the old one was ran at.
That's what I was asking. you.
Yeah.
So you kind of were stuck with, not stuck, but
No,
you just went.
not stuck, but I just went back to this because, so here's the thing. If you run it under the car, you got to worry about someone going to the racetrack and getting in a hurry. Say they're in between rounds and they're deep in the rounds. You don't have as much time between rounds and they need to do something on the car. Team doesn't have pro jacks. They throw a jack under the car. Someone jacks it up. Smash brake line.
Yeah.
So I don't like running them underneath of the car at all unless absolutely necessary. And then I still try to tuck them up out of the way. I love running them inside the rocker. This one is hidden. I mean, you can't.
Yeah, you're not gonna be
I
able.
mean, it's in there, but I'll attach it with P-clamps and stuff, and you'll never hear it. You'll never see it.
Yeah, all of our scratch built stuff though, we go through the rocker.
Yes, through the rocker.
Yeah.
I will run this dude down into a fitting that runs inside the rocker and out a fitting out the back.
All right, let me in there so I can
go.
see what you got going on.
Okay.
Yeah, Jaybird, look at that. That's sweet.
Look at that. Let me take my.
Oh, I see why you had to. I was wondering why you had to kick it there. It's because that tubing, the tube's right there. Yeah.
Yep, because of that bottom tube, and you
Yeah.
can see they drilled in. I say they. Whoever originally built this car, that's who I refer to as they.
That's the day.
That's the they. They drilled through the tubing and ran brake line through that tubing. And again, this block was just to keep my lines parallel to each other as they ran forward.
Let me get up. Let me get under there. Oh yeah, that looks sweet. Perfectly parallel. Nice job, Jaybird.
Hey, thanks, bud.
Tomorrow you go forward, right?
Yeah, so tomorrow this front line up here goes into that fitting down there in the floor.
Okay.
So that fitting down
Oh, I see it.
underneath of the floor, there's an angle fitting, and that's how
Yeah.
I get my pass through. And then I'll run this along the frame rail of the front.
Brake lines be done tomorrow.
Oh yeah, all the stops.